Oh my goodness, you guys, do I have an episode for you today. This is the first episode that I am actually filming after I've launched the podcast and made it public for everybody. So I'm a little bit nervous, but I just want to say thank you to everybody who wrote me such kind messages or who listened or tuned in or was supportive during my launch. You guys literally filled me up with so much love and joy about this project, and I'm so excited for the rest of this journey. So, I have fallen victim of the rebrand cycle a few times myself, so I know a thing or two about a flopped rebrand era. But I feel like right now in my life, I'm kind of in a point where I'm in a successful rebrand. I'm happy with my life. I feel like I've made some positive changes, so I wanted to tell you all of my secrets. If you are like me and you like to stay up at 2 a.m. and Pinterest everything and convince yourself that you need a whole new wardrobe and a whole new skincare and a whole new life in order to feel better about yourself, I feel you, but you're 150% wrong. Before you even try to rebrand yourself, you need to understand what doesn't work so that you can plan for success, right? This is a hard pill to swallow, to kind of admit to yourself that you have been the culprit of your own failure. It's not easy to admit that you are sometimes your own worst enemy and your actions are the reason why you're not where you want to be, but it's crucial to admit that to yourself and figure out what is the root of the problem. This was a part that I ignored for as long as possible in my own rebrand. To be honest, nobody wants to be the villain in the story. Nobody, especially in your own story. It's a lot easier to blame other people or environments or circumstances for the way you are, why you are. But at the end of the day, you have to take accountability. You need to realize where in the story is it that you have fucked up? Where are you allowing the wrong people into your life? Where are you allowing the wrong patterns, the wrong behaviors, the wrong cycles into your life? And where are you not making that change and why? To look at yourself and say, you fucked this up, you did this wrong, you set me up to fail. And the only person you have to hold accountable for that is yourself. That's an uncomfortable conversation. If you don't have that conversation, imagine living the rest of your life in the discomfort that no change is going to give you. The only person who's going to benefit or not benefit from this is you. You can stay exactly the same and live the rest of your life unhappy, live the rest of your life overcompensating for things, feeling like a failure, feeling like you need all these people to feel like yourself, blah, blah, blah. You hate your job, you hate your life. Or you can take fucking control. Put on your big girl panties and take control. Set yourself up for success. Do what you can. Be smart. Learn. Try new things. Don't get stuck in this box that you think you have to be in. Don't stop yourself from exploring and seeing what else is out there in life. What might stick, what might not stick, what you enjoy or what you realize that you really fucking hate. It doesn't matter, but you're not going to know unless you try. And it's not something to feel embarrassed about or ashamed about. That doesn't mean that you are intentionally doing these things for yourself. That doesn't mean that you are bad. If anything, taking that step to take accountability of your life is the most healthy and the most positive thing you can do. And it's also one of the biggest assets that's going to project you into a positive future and positive outcome. You need to account for all of the roadblocks to set yourself up for success in order to get over them in a way that's not going to completely derail you on your project or on your goal, on your journey is the word I was looking for. I just feel like the number one reason why rebrands don't work is because they're so surface. Do not rebrand your life to look a certain way online, to make it seem like you have things that you don't, to make it seem like you're living this life that you're not, to make it seem like you're busier than you are. If you're in a point in your life where you think what your Instagram feed looks like is more important than how your actual life feels and how you actually feel off screen, then I think we need to have a more broader and bigger conversation here. I want you to create a life that you are happy with, even if there's not one single proof of documentation of it. You need to focus on creating a life for yourself that you're going to go to bed and be excited to wake up in the morning. You're going to wake up in the morning and you're going to be excited for the day, excited for your life, excited for whatever challenges and journeys come, but you're happy with your life. I think we forget that sometimes, that likes and views and getting this social engagement means happiness. That's not true. I kind of broke up the rebrand into 4 phases. The first phase is to the first phase is to take accountability, right? So it's to look yourself in the mirror, see what's going on, see where you are, see where you want to be, and just take note of all of that. The second phase is to become fucking delusional. Sometimes being delusional and thinking of yourself out of body, thinking of yourself that you're a project you're working on, you're a brand or something that you're crafting, makes it easier in the process to separate yourself and your emotions and the roadblocks you give yourself. Oh, I'm tired. I don't want to do it. I don't give a fuck. Do what you need to do, become delusional. Some people will psych themselves out of this journey by trying to convince yourself you're already behind everybody else, so there's no point, or it's too late, or you don't have what it takes, or whatever it may be. You just psych yourself out. It's never too late. It's your life. You can change your life any day you want to. Any second you want to change, you change. Who's going to stop you? It's your freaking life. Take control of it. You can't say that you're behind somebody else when somebody else is on a completely different playing field than you are. You're behind nobody. You might be comparing yourself to somebody who's going to die at 20 years old. Are you behind in life when you turn 21 and they don't? Stop looking around you. Stop, oh, well, they have this and I don't have this and da-da-da-da. My life sucks and they're in this position and da-da-da. It doesn't matter. If anything, somebody else having what you want should be proof that it's possible. It should be proof that if they have it, you can get it too. Stop comparing yourself to other people and then using that difference as a crutch to, oh, poor me, I feel bad for myself. Wake the fuck up. If somebody else has 1 million followers and you want 1 million followers, that is proof that you can do it. You can get 1 million followers because they did it. Even if you want to accomplish something that nobody else has done, what the fuck makes you think you can't do it? You can do anything you put your mind to. Don't let yourself or other people psych you out of that or talk you out of your ability to grow and create and expand and try new things and become the best fucking version of yourself. Because at the end of the day, I want that for you, and I really hope that you want that for you. Visualization is not cringe, it is strategy. You need to become very clear about what you want your life to look like. Everything takes time. This is a project. You should always be your biggest project in this life. You should never stop working on yourself. You should never stop growing. You should never stop learning. And I'm so sick and tired of seeing you downplay yourself because you don't want to admit your faults or because you're scared that it's going to be so uncomfortable and you're going to lose everybody around you. Good. A rebrand and an honest change in your life, you becoming the better version of yourself is going to do nothing other than weed out the bad people and the bad environments and the things that were holding you down and open the doors to the new people and the new environments that are going to lift you up and support you on your journey and make you the happiest, healthiest version you've ever been. You already know I don't want to say it like that, but you already know what's wrong with you, right? So you know what you are doing to get in your own way. You already know what you want your life to look like. Next step, what are we doing? We're auditing. We're looking at our life holistically, and we are auditing the people in our life, the environments in our life, the situations in our life that keep coming around and circling. Take a note of everybody. If you hang out with this person, are they giving you energy? They're taking your energy. Are they energy givers or energy drainers? Your job, is it fueling you with passion and inspiration, or you're just living paycheck to paycheck and your boss is a bitch and you're miserable? Given certain circumstances, I'm not telling you, oh, if you're unhappy with your job, quit it and move on. No, in this economy, you need a job, you need a paycheck, you need a stable income. But don't let your current job stop you from finding your dream job. I feel like I touched a little bit on this in my last episode where I kind of told you that it's for some people a lot easier to get comfortable in the discomfort in the sense of, yeah, you hate your job and you hate your boss, but you're used to it now. So it's a sense of comfort. You know there's a paycheck coming. You know what to expect from them. You know when they're in a bad mood. Don't settle in life. You cannot be surprised that you don't have a garden when all you do is water dead plants. You cannot be surprised that you're not reaching your goal when you're not taking the steps to get there. Just because you are in a current situation that might not be exactly ideal doesn't mean it cannot be prosperous enough to spring you into a better situation. You have to make the best of any and all situations. You also have to be ready to pivot. Okay, if this job is taken away from me tomorrow, what's my backup plan? If this person removes themselves from my life tomorrow, how am I going to feel and am I going to be okay? And do I replace them? Do I work on myself? Whatever that it may be, you have to be prepared to deal with the situations that life will throw at you that are not in your control. It's your choice to leave a job. It's not your choice to lose a job. If somebody pulls the rug out from under you, what are you going to do? And it will put you in a state of fight or flight, but you need to have those options ready. So God forbid, if that situation does happen, you're not going to freak out. You're not going to spiral. You're not going to feel completely out of sorts in your life because you have a plan. And when you start thinking from that perspective, it's like, okay, if I lost my job tomorrow, I need to make sure I have something secondary going on today that I'll be okay. Stop waiting to be a victim of a situation and set yourself up so that you are always winning no matter what other people do to you. That's a rebrand. When you prioritize yourself first, you are making yourself the most important person in your life. People are disappointing. You cannot have expectations for anybody in this life. Everybody's going to let you down. But I'm going to be disappointed in you if you let yourself down. You have all the tools. You're fully capable. You are a smart individual. There's no reason why you need to wait for external factors to come in and ruin your life when you can take control of your life. Guys, that got me a little heated. I'm not gonna lie. I just am so passionate. Like, I'm so passionate about living and leading a life that I'm fully in control in. And I know what it feels like to live a life that I'm not in control in. And I know what it's like to be let down by people or be walked all over by people and dealing with those situations and the mental place it takes you. And I just want to prepare you because I love you so much. I want to prepare you for the doomsday. I want to prepare you now and wake you up now of like, holy shit, I can do something for when that day comes. Actions I take today means that I will have my own back later. When everybody else is plotting and planning for your downfall behind your back, but you are the only person setting yourself up for success, do you think you're gonna fail? No, you're gonna be fucking successful because you were prepared. Do not ever get caught being unprepared in this life. That is the biggest lesson that I've ever learned. And it's just like, you can have so much trust in something until the day it fails you, and it will destroy you. No matter what it is, whether it's a job, a relationship, a family member, a best friend, it doesn't matter. You're putting your whole being and your whole well being into somebody. And the day they walk away from you, or the day that they drop you, or the day that a job lets you go, suddenly what? You're worthless? No! You are just as valuable with this thing or without this thing, and you need to know that. It's not about anybody else knowing that. It's not about anybody else seeing your worth. It's about you seeing your worth. The more you value yourself, the more you believe in yourself, the more you develop these traits that is self-sufficient. You don't need anybody to tell you you look good if you fucking feel good. Do you know what I'm saying? Does it help? Is it nice to get a compliment? Sure. But is it going to make or break your day? No. That's my point. And growing and shifting away from people that weren't meant for you or didn't fit in your life is going to be lonely. I'm not going to lie to you and say, oh, this is fun. It's easy breezy. It's just a 2-step quick process. No, it's going to be lonely. But also open your fucking eyes and recognize who was around you that only liked you when you didn't like yourself. Who was around you to hear you complain about yourself and speak negatively about yourself and psych yourself out of opportunities? Who are the snakes in the water? And cut them out of your fucking life. And I promise you'll be better off. If your entire existence is dependent on somebody else being around you or in your life, you're not living your life for you. You're living your life for external validation. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who it's coming from. Be your own rock. Be your own best friend. Be your own source of happiness in this life and be the biggest project you will ever work on. Put all of the love and energy that you are wasting into so many other things into yourself. I promise you it's going to be the best decision you ever make. I wish I did that some of the times for some of the situations I've been in. And I just want that for everybody. I want everybody to just be smart with your time and your energy and your money and what you're doing with your life. Because it might be fun and enjoyable now, but you don't know. You don't know what the future holds. And this is why social media is such bullshit. This is why I strongly advise around not doing a rebrand that is surface level for social media. Your happiness and your life and your sustainability and prosperity in this life should not depend on a selfie. Should not depend on an aesthetic Instagram feed. Girl, be fucking for real. Please. The next thing you need to do is get really comfortable with being uncomfortable. The old version of you is dead, and every day that you continue to pretend to be her, you're going to emotionally, mentally, physically drain yourself. Stop pretending to be somebody you're not. It's going to be so uncomfortable unlearning these patterns and unlearning these toxic behaviors that you've gotten accustomed to for however many years or whatever. But learn to just release, let go, enjoy the discomfort, enjoy putting in the hard work, enjoy doing whatever it takes to get to your goal. I feel like a lot of people get really distracted by, I need this end goal now, that they don't stop to enjoy the process of getting there. If your goal is to have $20,000 in your savings, but you can't stop shopping on Amazon, why? Why? Every goal that you want and every change in your life is going to come with sacrifice. And those sacrifices are going to make you extremely uncomfortable. And you need to get very comfortable at being uncomfortable. You've lived your life a certain way for so long. Now you want change. This new change and this new life is going to cost you your old one. So everything you thought you knew, forget it. You're done with it. You have to learn new things, new lessons, new strategies, new ways to grow and develop your life into what you want it to be. I have full faith in you that you are going to accomplish whatever goal it is you want in your life. I feel like you are strong. I feel like you have it locked in. That's why you're sitting here watching this. You want to rebrand, you want to change in your life. Acknowledging the fact that you want the change is how I know you're serious about it. So then stop taking it lightly. Stop joking. Stop, oh, I'm going to start on Monday. I'm going to do this. Oh, yeah. Well, I'm thinking about this. And all you do is talk. Stop fucking talking and start doing it. Start making real strategies. Everything is at your fingertips. I just feel so passionately about your well being and I really care about you. And I feel like this is the part of the podcast that I feel like is so authentic because it's like, I'm not going to sugarcoat it for you. Thankfully, in my life, I had really good influences and role models who didn't sugarcoat anything for me. I had tough lessons in this life that I had to go through and I had to learn. And it wasn't dusted in sugarcoating it was truly, okay, this is the situation. What's the next move? How are we going to get out of this? How are we going to get out of this and learn from it? Don't be ignorant to your lessons. Don't be ignorant to the cycles that you're in. Don't set yourself up to turn a blind eye into the mistakes you've already made and fall back into them in a new way. Don't do the same text in a different font. You're leaving one toxic relationship. Don't look at somebody's red flags as green flags and jump into another one. Give yourself time to heal and process and make sure that whoever you bring into your life or your circle, you truly evaluate them before you just, boom, this is me. You indulge them, you give them full, complete access. You need to know who you're dealing with and they need to know who they're dealing with. In my life recently, my personal rebrand has been a lot of different things for me. I feel like I've spent the last year really going through a ton of difficult things, and I had to have really uncomfortable conversations with myself. So while I was struggling, I was also continuously pushing forward every day until I got to the point that I did see the light at the end of the tunnel. Until I get to the point that I do love where my life is at now, and I'm happy, and I'm doing everything I dreamed of, and I'm doing things on my terms. And that's something that I've always dreamed of, as being in a position that nobody can take this shit from me. Do you know what I'm saying? It's the most divine and positive feeling to know that all of the hard work has paid off. And I'm finally at a place that I didn't even realize, I swear, when I fell in love with the process of doing these things and reaching my goals, I didn't keep track of the days. The days flew by, the years flew by, it doesn't matter. But now I open my eyes and I look around and it's like, well, if it was this fucking easy, I should have asked for more. If the universe was ready to hand me all of this stuff, I should have asked for more. This was me asking for only this much, and I've reached all of my goals. What's next? Talk is talk. It's action. Take action, no matter how big, no matter how small. If you are somebody who needs to rip the band-aid and then regrow your life brick by brick, okay, do it. If you're not that person and you're somebody who needs to just take the band-aid off little by little in order to feel more comfortable, do it. It's not one size fits all. This process is not follow these exact steps and then you're going to be successful in life. No. Everybody is so different and everybody's life is so different. So what works for me might not work for you, and that's okay. That's the beautiful part about life, is that you get to experience your own experiences and learn from those things and then maybe share them so that somebody else who my thing didn't work for, maybe your thing does. It's all about going through life. Now we're going to get into the next segment of the podcast. Like I told you guys, this is the first episode I'm filming since I went live with everything. So I wanted you guys to become more of a part of the podcast and have this be a space for open conversation. So I put a question box on my Instagram and the Little Miss Instagram for you guys to send in questions or dilemmas you have. So I have a few of them on my computer here because I'm filming with my phone. The first one. Oh my God. I thought that this was so interesting because I just went through this. I want to start something, but I'm scared no one will care. Advice. I think you should just do it. If you care about it, that means it's worth caring about. And everything has an audience. I touched on that, I think, in my first or second episode, I'm not sure which one. This podcast is more of a passion, love project for myself than anybody else. If my advice or me ranting helps somebody, that's amazing. But this is an outlet for me. To be honest with you, I really didn't care if somebody cared about this podcast or not because I cared about it. If it's something that you're passionate about or something that you love and you know that you're giving an honest effort into, it doesn't matter if you don't get that instant gratification. If you love it, I think you should do it. And that's really all that there is to it. And that rhymed. Call me Dr. Seuss. Oh my God. How do I stop comparing myself to people online? Let me tell you something. Social media is so easy to fake. If we're going to keep it absolutely 100, it is so easy to fake a life online. It is so easy to pretend you have money when you don't have money. You're traveling even when you're sitting at home. It is so easy to fake curate a life. I have seen people do it in front of my eyes. People that didn't have a freaking dollar to their name was sitting there pretending like they were sitting on millions. It's the craziest thing. Instagram, TikTok, life, no matter how raw or unfiltered people attempt or try to be, even how raw and unfiltered I try to be with every episode with you guys, there's still a part of myself that's curated because I know it's on camera and because I know it's getting posted. It's just a normal thing. I think that if there are people you're following that don't inspire you but really make you feel bad about yourself, unfollow them. If you also need to take note of what it is that you're comparing yourself to. Are you comparing yourself to somebody's success or somebody's looks or somebody's bank account or somebody's life overall? And then if it's something that you're envious of because you want that thing, go out and get it. Make the steps in your life to get it. If it's somebody's success and career, evaluate where you are currently, see where you want to be, and then make a strategy to get there. If it's somebody's bank account, I mean, start looking at ways that you can budget and make passive income and what can you cut back to invest here or do whatever you need to do there. There's a plan for everything. You're never stuck, you're never hopeless, but social media is so curated, and I genuinely would take everything with a grain of salt that you see on there. I promise you. This one is so good. How do I know if I'm healing or just distracting myself? Wow. Um, in simplest terms, or the first thing that popped into my head, if you're distracting yourself, it's easy. Your life just feels kind of easy. If you're healing or making the effort to go through the emotions, it's going to be a little bit more uncomfortable and a lot more difficult for you to move through. Until, of course, it gets to a point where you are actually healing pretty far down the line and life starts to feel light again. But it's overall. Healing is not linear, and it's not a process of like, okay, I'm better now, and this thing that bothered me before is never going to come back and affect me again. That's not healing. But healing is a very beautiful thing because it really allows you to connect with yourself on a deeper level and become very raw with yourself about like, okay, that was a crazy situation. I need to find myself again. I need to get back to my root. But the journey there is so exciting and it's so beautiful and it's something that really is going to change your life. But if you're distracting yourself, it's almost like something really crazy happened and then immediately you're just like, you're okay. You're going through the phases. It's not that you feel happy, but you don't feel sad. Or the second you feel sad, you like instantly go do something that will bring you serotonin or dopamine. Um, in my opinion, that's what I feel. I think just take note. Not to say on your healing days, you're going to have days where you are the happiest, you feel like light as a feather, and then the next day you're crying all day or you feel traumatized or whatever it may be. It's like this. It's a roller coaster. But there will become some point that those waves start kind of going like this, and then we kind of get normal and hopefully go up. So in the beginning, it might be like this. It might go really high up or really high down, high highs, low drops. But at some point, it kind of steadies out. Oh, this one is you guys got really deep. Oh, wait, I love that you guys took advantage of the question box. And we're getting kind of deep here. Everyone around me is in relationships and I feel so alone. I I don't think everybody around me. In my opinion, the easiest way to kind of snap out of this, would you rather be in the wrong relationship just for the sake of being in a relationship, or would you rather wait it out and actually find the right person? I also think going out and meeting people and getting to know different people is so exciting. And through other people, you're able to learn more about yourself. So I just feel like while sometimes it can feel lonely and your Friday nights you have to hang out with yourself because everybody else is out with their partners, that's a great opportunity to get real comfortable with yourself and learn new things about yourself and treat yourself and take care. Because when you start living your life to a standard of I know how to take care of myself. I know what makes me happy. And somebody comes in and they're not living up to that standard. It's a very easy to spot a red flag. Use the time that you're single to your advantage. Learn about yourself. Learn what you like, what you don't like. Learn what you want to have in your next relationship. And just being alone is not a bad thing. Like, I think it's better to spend that time by yourself and create the life that you want versus jumping into a relationship with the wrong person and go through the same roller coaster and then end up alone again. So, special guest has returned. Oh, your boy. Somebody said, kind of going through a silent breakdown right now. Help SOS. Ooh, silent breakdowns are so difficult because it's almost like during the daytime, you think you're doing so well, you're holding it together at work, in front of friends, you don't really want to get too much into it, but then at home, you kind of cripple. There are certain people that can handle navigating their situations in life by themselves and alone, and there are certain people who can't. I think that if you are really going through something, you kind of need to assess what you need. What are you looking for when you're spiraling or when you're going down? Are you looking for comfort? Are you looking for somebody to talk to? Are you looking for a hug? Are you looking for something to change in your life? Like, what is it that you need? And then let's find a healthy way to get you there. For me, I'm a big journaler. I love to just dump all of my feelings into a journal. I've done it since I was like 12 or 13. It's just been the best mental break for me. It also just is a lot easier to I honestly I really don't go back and reread my journals. They're I got a lot of issues going on up in there, but I really do enjoy in the moment just having an immediate escape to de-stress that's not causing harm to myself or anybody else around me. So I'd recommend trying new self help things, whether it's journaling, going for a walk, meditation, rage room, like whatever you need at that time. Also, you need to look at what you're breaking down about and see, is it fixable? Is there something you can change to make the situation better? Like, what, assess that journey in that situation and see what you can do. Oh my gosh, this one. I'm dealing with somebody who really doesn't take me seriously, trying to stand up for myself. Dealing with people who don't take you seriously is something that unfortunately I've had to deal with given my age and my career and my position, and also the fact that my career is tied to my family in a way. Fuck them. Fuck that bitch. Like, I'm so serious. If who gives a fuck if somebody's not taking you seriously? Unless it is, no, honestly, who gives a shit? As long as you're carrying yourself in a way that you would take seriously and you would respect, you're not disrespecting yourself in your own way. You're not being a chameleon trying to win somebody's respect. If they don't want to give you their respect, they're not going to have it. But that doesn't mean that you need to be a seesaw and go with the wind just to try and bend over backwards to get it. Stay true to yourself. Do what's right by you. And one day they're going to see it. But also, even if they don't, who gives a fucking shit? If it's a job situation and your boss doesn't respect you or whatever's going on, okay, great. At the end of the day, you're getting a paycheck. Set yourself up to go find a different job. Go move around. Go see what you need to do. But don't ever allow yourself to feel bad because somebody doesn't take you seriously. Like, hello, you are the real deal. You're a serious Sally over there. Like, if you're taking yourself seriously, who gives a shit if somebody else isn't? That's my opinion, honestly. I just am such a like wall about other people trying to make me feel bad about myself. I don't care. I truly don't care. And I think like your life will improve so much once you stop giving a shit. If I'm living my life in a way that makes me feel happy and healthy and safe, and I am proud of who I am at the end of the day, I don't care what you have to say. Like, half the people who have something negative to say about you are people you wouldn't want to switch lives with anyway. So, who gives a shit? Okay, you guys, we have reached the end of this episode. Thank you so much for watching. I literally 100 kisses. I love you so very much, and I will see you next week. And if you want to be a part of next week's episode, I highly recommend that you go to the Little Miss Instagram or my Instagram because I will usually be doing Q&A boxes for all of the episodes. So if you're dealing with a dilemma, let me know, and then we will talk about it on the pod. Bye. I love you.